Good morning. I'm Gianni the Greek coming to you live straight from Las Vegas. It's Tuesday, I believe, June the 4th. And got a lot of baseball to get to. I think I already placed 11 or 12 premium bets. Also have some WNBA that came in right now. I got 2 plays that just came in. Haven't even had time to work on them to see if I'm going to confirm as premium plays. So we do have definitely a lot to get to. But first and foremost, please do me the one favor. I will do this each and every day. In fact, my goal is to get it finished and sent to Wager Talk by 12 p.m. Eastern. They get it out there pretty quickly. Now, I can get it out sooner like I did on Sunday, and I'll have to do that on Sundays, especially when NFL comes. But with Major League Baseball and when it's not football season, the earlier I release, the less info I'll probably have. So that's why I have to balance the two. How late should I put this out and also have the most amount of info? I know you need time to process the information, handicap the information, and decide whether you follow, fade, or ignore. And I know that a lot of it is time sensitive. So I'm doing my best. And we're just starting this off, guys. We're just beginning. And I value your comments and questions more than you know. So please smash that like button for me. I don't ask for anything else. Don't want your money. Don't want anything like that. I value your time and I appreciate your time, and I will make it worth it for you. So please just smash that like button, comment if you get an opportunity, have 10 seconds of free time. And if you could share it, man, I'd really appreciate it. I look at each and every comment. In fact, my girl prints them out. So I don't even have to look anymore, go back and look. She wants to make sure. She said, your guys are so engaged. They're so engaged. Even in the negative, they're just so engaged that I owe it to you to actually take the time and read each and every comment and question and see what I can address. So please, it's not going to waste when you do that. Also, I always go over my long-term and short-term results. Short-term, like I said, I got crushed last week. That's just the bottom line. I know we split yesterday, and all the damage came over the last 3 days, where we lost like 10 units. Overall, long-term results, which matters most to me, over the last 365 days, I'm sitting number 1 at Wager Talk, still up over 213 units. We were up over 220. Obviously, we came back a little bit, but that just shows you, as long as you manage your risk correctly, that's what happens. You go up. You're never going to go up in a straight line. If you ever see that, they're lying. If anyone tells you that they went like that, that's how Markopoulos found out that Madoff was cheating. In fact, he contacted the SEC years in advance, because he was a big investor. And he went to check out Madoff's fund. And what did he see? He saw that this guy went up in a straight line every year, every week, every month. And he said, that's just mathematically improbable. That can't happen in any market. So he knew right away this guy's cheating. And that's why I tell you, nothing goes up in a straight line. You need to consolidate. You see that with the best stocks. They go up, they come down a little bit, they consolidate, they chop. Then they take the other leg up. That consolidation period is what you need. You're seeing Ethereum do that right now before the launch of the ETF. You're seeing it consolidate. So what should it do? It should shoot up to 4,000. Obviously, if you want to make 10% on your money, that's probably what's going to happen, looking at that consolidation. And it's the same with the sports betting market. Again, I know people love locks and best bets and all that, but the truth is that's just not how the 0.5% that makes their money betting sports does it. It's just not. You find small inefficiencies that give you the edge in your favor. You manage your risk correctly, meaning you bet size based on your bankroll correctly. And as long as you keep doing that over and over again, you're going to turn a profit long term if you have an edge. That's just that's the bottom line. That's where you become the mathematical certainty to be profitable. Once you do that, I've shown the video where I've gotten kicked out of Mandalay Bay multiple times. The one that's on my Twitter is from Aria, but the one that Gianni had sent out from Mandalay Bay. And the reason I bring this up is to get this point home. At Mandalay Bay, my lifetime at Mandalay Bay, I'm minus $43,000. playing blackjack in Mandalay Bay. For whatever reason, the hours I put in there, the sessions I put in there, I'm down at that property. $43,000. I know that because I had to do taxes on blackjack gains back in 2010, 2011, 12, 13 when I was working with the card counting crew. Anyway, so why did they throw me out once I sat down? Within 10 minutes of sitting down and one facial recognition took a look at this beautiful face, what did they know? Well, did they know I was going to win? Of course not. I could have lost my money right there. They had no idea what bankroll I had in my pocket. They had no idea whether I was going to win or lose that night. But here's what, and when they looked at my lifetime earnings, they said, wow, this guy's down over 40 dimes. We still don't win in the play. Here's why. Because they know I'm a mathematical certainty to turn a profit if they keep dealing me the cards. It's just I haven't had a big enough sample size. That's just randomness that happened at Mandalay Bay. That's sports betting. That's sports betting in a nutshell. When you see the braggings of the 8-0s, 10-1s, that's randomness. That's not sustainable. No one's going to hit that winning percentage long term. So that's when you follow up with the next question. I appreciate and I celebrate you doing great over the last 10 bets. Now tell me your last 100. Great, you're up over your last 100. Now I'm really excited. Now can you give me your last 500? Okay, your last 500, you're still up. Guess what, brother? I'm starting to follow you. Now you're at 1,000 and you're profitable. I'm moving on your shit. I'm betting your stuff now. You've now proven to me your plus EV and that you're a favorite to repeat this process over your next 1,000 bets. Dude, that's the most you could ever ask for as a sports bettor. That's what's made a guy like myself, in the position I'm at. I'm supposed to be driving Uber, bro. I'm just being honest. With the education I have, the family that I came from, the life that I was born into, I'm supposed to be driving Uber, bartending, doing one of those kind of jobs, the low-skilled jobs. It's just the truth. The way my life turned out, having lost my father young, having a mother that doesn't speak English, not feeling sorry for myself, but just the way my life turned out, this isn't what's supposed to happen to me. But I fell into the hands of a network that had an edge. And after losing so much money, I finally learned how to manage my risk. And I promise you, within 10 years, this all happened for me. All that I have has been accumulated over the last 14 years, probably 15 years. I can't 10, it just seems like 10, but it's about 15 years. I know it seems like a long time, guys, but I promise you, 2040 is coming. Maybe not for me, but for you, for a lot of you, it is. So the best is to be prepared for it. Again, here I go going off on these rants. You guys can just fast forward it. I just love you so much. I swear to you, I respect you so much that you take your time and you trust what I'm telling you and are willing to risk your hard-earned money. So I don't want you to lose. You have to bet size correctly. So I will do a video on risk management. That's 100%. And I'll focus on risk of ruin. In fact, one of the gentlemen asked about risk of ruin. I'm going to go over the questions at the end. I have a bunch of questions. So let's get into the games. Hey, stop fucking wasting time. People got shit to do. We're 8 minutes in. You haven't given a single play yet. Wise up, Ace. We ain't got time for this nonsense. Oh, another WNBA play. All right, guess what? You're going to get 3 WNBA plays before any subscribers do. Why? Because I haven't confirmed whether I'm going to release any of these. Here we go. Game 630, under 153.5, Sun Mystics. Game 631, over 164, Liberty Sky. Game 634, under 166, Seattle Storm. Now, I don't follow WNBA. I don't handicap WNBA. I blindly piggyback the betting syndicates that feed me these WNBA plays because historically, I've turned a profit with them. And for me, I have long-term success with you. I'm going to ride you. That's all that's about. Now, let's get to some Major League Baseball. Because like I said, I gave out a ton of premium plays. Let me give you some right now. I'm not going to go into the handicap where I talk about why I confirm these as well, because that just takes up too much time. Anyone that's followed me, you know my reasoning. I'm a market reader. I try to anticipate where the market's moving. I try to take advantage of biases, more importantly. And with baseball, I use Pythagorean wins and losses. That's my formula for Major League Baseball. So to sit there and handicap each and every game upon those metrics, you can do it. With that said, let's get to some Major League Baseball action. Let's go. All right. Major League Baseball bets for Tuesday. I'm going to start off with Game 919, Seattle, Oakland. Let's go over 7.5. 7.5 is still available. Try to get that up to minus 120 on that one. Let's go. Let's go. These are premium plays I'm giving you guys. I'm giving you premiums right now. Now, there was two-way sharp action on Kansas City, Cleveland, meaning the over 7.5s, under 8.5s. I'm on the under 8 side. The groups that I work with are both baseball guys, both bet the under. One bet under 8.5, one bet under 8. But because I trade information with other traders, I know that another plus EV group did go over 7.5 in that same game. Just want to share with you. You do what you like. I'll explain how I work it in a future video. Don't want to take that time. How I take a percentage of the accounts for the money that I move. All right. Let me keep going. Let me give you a dog. I got a dog that we bet. Where'd that one go? A little home dog against the Dodgers. Let's go with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's try to get upwards of that plus 160 or better. We started getting down, let me tell you, at plus 178, 177. I got down at 165 for subscribers. Up to plus 160 or better, I think you're in the plus EV camp there. Let's go some more Major League Baseball. Oh, here's one I like where we bet the money line for the game and also the first 5. We're going to take the New York Mets game 905. New York Mets game 905 against Washington. This is a 4% play. 4%. You don't bet 4%. I'll talk about risk of ruin later. You don't bet 4%. For me, that's a 1% of bankroll play. Mets money line for the game. Mets first 5 minus up to minus 115, 120, and Mets minus a half at plus 120 or better. I didn't lay half minus a half because I could only get plus 115. I'm that disciplined a lot of times. And I just put a little more on the money line in the first 5. So we got Mets money line first 5. We got Pittsburgh as a nice dog. We got Seattle, Oakland over. Let me give the Angels too. Why not? 930. Yeah, they're home against the Padres. Let's go Angels. I'm comfortable with them up to minus 120. I believe I gave them out less than 110, but I'm good with them up to minus 120 against San Diego tonight on the road. So there's some Major League Baseball for you. There's some WNBA for you. Now let's get to some questions. Let's make sure you smash that like button, please. Hit the comments. Share this with your friends. Share this on social media. Do Ace the favor, man. Do Ace the favor as I go through this stuff because I love you guys. I will discuss the risk of ruin math. I will tell you exactly if you have how I say with $10,000 bankroll, I break it down to $25 per unit, 0.25. So that would give me 400 units at $25, right? I just did that off the top of my head. Let's say it's a little early. Let's make sure my math is right before people go off. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. I have 400. And I'm like, wait, that's 1,000. I have 400 units. Personally, I told you I have a backup to my bankroll, meaning I work with 800 units because I want my risk of ruin to be around that 1% range. This means that I will double my bankroll 99 out of 100 times. And I'll lose it one of those 100 times. If I could get it down to a 1% risk of ruin. Right now I'm within 5% based on my where I'll double my bankroll 95 out of 100 times, but I'll lose my bankroll 5 out of 100 times. I'll give you the exact math on if you have 400 units, 500 units, 700 units, 1,000 units on what exactly your risk of ruin is based on that small edge. So I'll make sure I do that for you, Daniel. The blackjack sauce about variance and basic strategy. We're not there yet. Nas. We're not there yet. Master basic strategy first. Once you do that, I'm going to move you on to a count. I'm going to tell you right now what you're going to use. You're going to use a basic high-low count. Start Googling high-low count. I'll break it to you down easily. It's simply 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is minus 1, is plus 1. 7, 8, 9 count is 0. 10s, face cards, and aces are minus 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are plus 1. 7, 8, 9 count is 0. 10 face cards and aces count as minus 1. you'll see when you count down a 52 card deck, at the end, your math should be 0. At the end of every deck, your math should come to 0. At +1, -1, at the end, you'll come to 0 if you use that count. That's why you could do double deck, 6 decks, because at the end of every count, you'll still come to 0. 8 decks, 100 decks, it doesn't matter. That's going to be the same. More importantly, why I use a level 1 count is because you'll make the least amount of mistakes. Again, I know I'm going long here, and I'll just do a blackjack only video, but I've learned the level 3 counts. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3 counts. I went as far as level 3 because I have OCD, and I just dive into shit like that. What I found was that the errors that I could possibly make negate any of the edge gained. A high-low count perfectly, where you make no mistakes, is enough to grab 99% of the gains. 99% of the gains. Once I teach you the variations on when to alter basic strategy, how to do that. But we're not even talking bet size yet. We're not talking how to estimate the deck, how many decks are left. We're not even talking about that. We're so early right now where I'm just telling you, learn basic strategy perfectly. And shit, you could earn a bunch of comps where you just even break even without a count. If you're good at getting comps, and I can do a video on how to get comps, you could even be plus EV without using a count if you're that, ninja and pimp. So we'll get to that. I love it. I love how motivated you are about blackjack. My man, Christopher, I got you. Jason, I don't play online. I don't trust it. I don't trust online blackjack. I don't trust online. None of that online stuff as far as card games. We already know about the poker incidents, people being able to see peak card. I don't mess with online stuff. I want to be able to know that I see the deck. There's 52 cards. We're playing double deck. There's 104 cards. I could count them. When the dealers deal, I could count that there's 104 cards there. I know. And I don't know that with online. I don't do that. Do I take the run line at plus money, Keegan? If that's I don't look to lay 1.5 just because it's plus money. For me, it's if it's off based on the money line. Meaning, if a line's -120, the money line at -1.5 should be this number. I'm just pulling an arbitrary number because I don't have my chart in front of me. But let's say a -120 should be a run line of -1.5 plus 170. And this book has plus 190. I'm taking plus 190, even if I don't like that side on the money line, just because I know the run line's off. Especially if the sharp books like Pinnacle, Bet Online, their line reflects the accurate one. And I found the rogue offline, then I'm betting money line, run line at plus. I'm just looking for inefficiencies. I'm not predicting outcomes. You have to get away from being a fan that predicts outcomes of sporting events. You can't make money doing that. Nobody I know has made money predicting outcomes. You just can't. You make money by finding inefficiencies in markets. It's the exact same thing with any market. Thank you, Annie. I love it. Come to the Steam room. I'm going to do another free one where we do go an hour. And don't ask these questions. I'll go longer. Look, we're 18 minutes in. We're going to go 20 minutes today. And it's only fucking Tuesday. But you got WNBA, you got Major League Baseball, you got a little card counting in there. I'm going to still answer questions. Go down, smash the like. Give me the like for 20 minutes. The things I could be doing right now. I got a pool in the back. I haven't even gone. I swear to you, I moved into this house May 1st. I got the keys, the end of April. I have yet to step 1 foot in that pool. Not 1 foot. But I did touch. I can't lie. I don't want to lie. I did put my foot in the water, but I didn't swim. I have not swam. I laid out, as you could see, but no swimming yet. Focused on this. I love you guys. I get up and trade. I do this. Okay. I love it, Jack. That's what I do. I want to review short-term results, long-term results. Yesterday, we split. No love gained, no love lost. But I'm down over the last 7 days. That's for sure. That's when we had our downfall. Again, we were heading up. I was up to about 60 units for the year, which is about a 15% return on capital for me. We're now down to about a 10% return on capital, where if you followed my recommendations, if you started with 100,000, you're up 10 grand. You started with 10 grand, you're up 1,000. Now, that's not enough return on capital for me. I could put my money in Coinbase sitting in USDC and get 5.5%. So I don't do this for double what I could get at Coinbase. I do this for big returns. We just haven't had our run yet. If you see what we've documented over the last year, 365 days, that run hasn't been added to that 220 plus units we're up. So rest assured. Results, transparency, king. You could go to thebigmoves.com, look for Gianni the Greek. I have every bet I ever released since 2015. You could go back and look June 4th, last year, June 4th, 6 years ago, and know exactly what I bet. Here you go. You're getting live action as we speak. I swear to you. Euro women's qualifier. We are betting Faroe Islands and Greece under 3. Faroe Islands and Greece under 3. Ace is actually going to do that for you right here. Euro women, baby. Euro women. I love it. Go Greece with a little under 3. I got 105. I'm going to lay it. They want 103. I'm going to eat the I'm going to eat the 2 cents per the dollar to get them down. I like to make the wise guys I work with very happy. I'll confirm it later. After I put a play and I confirm that I got it. I forgot sometimes and it'll lose and I'll have to pay for it because I didn't confirm it. It's happened because I've been busy moving my girl here. Believe it or not, like I had a 2-week stretch where I missed a lot of losers that I didn't confirm and I had to come out of pocket. That's not good. Can I give you tips for card counting? Yes. High, low. Just master high, low because it's the most easiest. Then doing it in a setting will become, dude, it happens to where when I was playing hardcore, I would be driving and there would be a car behind me and the license plate would be like 445 and I'd be like +3. Automatically, I'd be like +3. Or I'd see like 7, 7, 2, 9, and I'd be like +1. Immediately +1. Like your mind just go there. Trust me when I tell you. Cocktail waitress could be talking to you. Hot chick could be sitting on your lap. Dudes could be talking about the lock they have behind you. Pit boss could be staring at you, and you ain't going to phase you. You're going to know the count. You're going to know how many decks are in the discard tray, and you're going to know exactly how much you should be betting on the next hand. I can teach that very easily. I'm no smarter than any of you. Can you add, multiply, subtract, multiply, and divide? See, I can't even get that right. And I've been kicked out of every fucking casino, and I can't even get that right. And English is even my second language. They're afraid of me. A street kid from Philadelphia who came here with $600, and I can't play blackjack here. Believe me, I can teach you to play blackjack. That's the one thing I can do. All right. Gianni, the bankroll issues that you faced early in your career, the same issues I'm facing now. I have great information. I win at a high percentage, but I shit the bed at the end of the week. That's what gets us all. I love you for admitting it. That's what stops even the sharpest guys. It's getting over that hump. This is what this means. Here's what it means. You're not sticking to your predetermined bet size. That's it. So you're allowing emotions to dictate your betting strategy. That's where we make our most mistakes, when we're emotional. When I'm angry, I make the most mistakes. When I'm extremely happy, I make the most mistakes. You don't want to make your decisions under those conditions. That's why I say with my steam room guys, we predetermined bankroll from the start, January 1st. The only time we adjust is if we increased our bankroll by 50% or decreased it by 50%. In fact, when I started, I wouldn't even do that. I would have to double my bankroll before I adjust it. And then if I was down, it would just be at the end of the year, So please, this is what you need to do. You need to take your bankroll, whatever it is. I don't care if it's $100, and understand that has to be bet correctly. That $100 needs to be bet the exact same way. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. Yes, I understand that 1% bet is $1. And you're like, how could I bet $1? Well, then you're underfunded. And that means you're going to be over betting. And that means your mathematical certainty to lose your money. We can't have that. So build up your bankroll and then come correct. Come when you're ready to do damage. You don't show up with a fight. You see these fighters. They're in the best shape. And yet they have to put in a 10-week training camp. They got to put in that 10-week training camp before the fight because you got to get ready. So get that bankroll in order, whatever you got to do. Drive Uber at night, deliver pizzas, shovel snow, mow lawns. Dude, I did all the hustles. There's no shame in the game. I'm here in Vegas. I sold houses. I had a real estate license. I drove a taxi. I bartended. I was a waiter at a Greek club. I was a waiter at a restaurant. Like, dude, I gotta do what you gotta do. There's no shame. The shame is in not doing it. The shame is in not working. The shame is in stealing. The shame is in being that. There's no shame in working, dude. I see somebody busting their ass cleaning my room. I fucking thank them, tip them as much as I can, and appreciate them. That's proud people that are working. They're proud people. You should be proud of working and building that bankroll. Sorry, not to go off. I just love you guys. Love the questions real quick because we got to finish. We're like 20. This ain't a podcast. This is going to become a show. Johnny Jumpman, find me, brother. I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. Now that have someone in my life, I'm getting out there a little more. So we'll definitely bump into you. Ace, when you talk about sprinkling the money line, especially in NCAA football, if your unit size is 100, what percentage of money line would you sprinkle? Great question, Ryan. Here's what I do. I stick to about 5 to 10% at the most, depending on what the money line is. Now, if it's a plus 700, I'm probably going to go 5% max because we don't expect to cash too many of those. You know what I mean? But if it's a plus 150, I may go a little bigger. Now, the truth is it should be based on the difference between the implied win probability and what the line shows. But I live in the real world. Kind of like when people say, oh, don't hedge, don't give up equity. Bro, I have bills to pay. I got kids that need shoes. I got school coming up in whatever months. I got this. I live in the real. I got to hedge and lock in a profit. So don't tell me about freaking equity. Tell me how to make money. So that's my advice. You stick to around that 10% max, because you always want to sprinkle that money line if you're betting a dog, because you want to go to the window with this mindset. This dog has an opportunity to win the game outright. If they can't win the game outright, you probably don't want to be betting him. The spread is just your comfort zone. Unless, again, you're getting into those double digits where you're getting plus 500, 600. That's different. Can situational handicapping turn long-term profit if you don't beat the closing lines? Again, I don't want to be I don't know. If I don't know, that's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what, from my experience, here's what I gathered. You can turn a profit without beating the closing line. But it depends in particular sports, because that's just how the market's set up. Overall, you want to be beating the closing line. As far as situational handicapping goes, listen, if you narrow down one metric or one factor that's all you're looking for, and over a big enough statistical significant sample size, it's profitable, just stick to that one situational handicap you're looking for. Don't reinvent the wheel. Again, I just don't know guys that make their money that way. Any of the guys that I know, we're a small fraternity out here in Vegas that actually does make money betting sports. Dude, everyone knows who they are. Like, it's not a secret, the guys that actually make money doing this. Like, it really isn't. And those guys do it the exact same way I do. Like, they move on information that 9 times out of 10 beats the closing line. They're betting markets that they don't even care about, meaning they don't follow the sport, don't watch the sport, aren't fans of the sport, couldn't name you 3 players on the team, are strictly betting numbers. They've gotten so good at it. I sat next to a guy in Philadelphia. I swear to you, back in the day, I got to go on this story one day. I'll just say it real quickly. Couldn't tell you who, like, if you told him what is the Seattle, he wouldn't tell you, couldn't tell you there's a like, he would have to think, maybe would come up with the Seahawks, but would take him a while. And this is someone that made money every single year betting sports. Every single year. Simply just show him lines. Just show him the lines. That's all he had to do. All he had to do is look at the opening line and where it sits now, and my man's going to make his money. Love people like that. They found their little niche, and he just stick to it. God bless them. Okay, I have a question. I've gambled sports 22 plus years, Richie. Baseball, ironically, is my favorite sport, but worst gambling on it. What's the secret with baseball? That's it. It's your favorite sport. You got to be indifferent to these sports. I'm telling you, I don't want you to lose the love for sports and this, what we're doing. But I promise you, until you're able to do that, it's hard to make money. You need to separate yourself from being a fan or a trader. They're 2 different things. Like, if you want to do it as a fan and do it for entertainment and have fun, have at it. God bless you. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're actually investing hard-earned capital with the goal of getting a return on that investment, then being a fan of the sport isn't going to help you. It's not. You need to put all those biases aside and strictly focus on whatever your edge is, however you find your edge. Now, as far as baseball, it's simple. You have so many teams, so many games, and it's every single day. And you could tell by just how much these lines move that variance is why it becomes so profitable for guys like me. When lines stay static, there's not a lot of profit to be made, meaning they're sharp, they're on point, and we can't really take advantage. But when you see lines moving like they're moving in baseball or like in MMA, dude, that's feasting. So please start to look at things like opening lines, line movements. Start looking at data. Start looking at data less than the sport, the teams. Detroit's going to beat Boston. Less like that and more like, wow, Detroit at home should be at least a minus 150 favorite. Oh, they're minus 125? Yeah, this is a good spot for them. That's it. And even if you hate Detroit. So again, I'm going to try to give some detail, but there's a lot. Risk of ruin, I'll give it to you. I promise you. I promise you. And I will keep doing the blackjack. I promise, Christopher. I promise. All right. These will drop every day. I was supposed to get it to Wager Talk by noon. As you could tell, right now, at noon Eastern. I'm an hour behind. But because I wanted to get these questions. This is the first day I'm doing questions. So I needed to get the questions in order. And also get you more information. As you see, I was able to give a lot more today. So I'm trying to get it to them by noon so that it's up by 1 p.m. Eastern every day. And my goal is to do this eventually, give one later, like an hour before game time. So I could really give you that late goal. But then that's down the road. Gary, thank you. Thank you for your message. I wanted to take a second and thank you. I appreciate everything you wrote and said. I really do. Thank you. Let me see. Is that a play? Okay, let me see. I got some Bitcoin information from one of the traders I work with. Let me see what he's saying. All right. There's a down sloping trend line. Yeah. For Bitcoin that may break. If it breaks. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Sorry. All right. I think we're done. I'm sorry I went so long. Again, please comment in the box if this is too long. I think I went too long in the beginning where I went 5 or 6 minutes. Like we could have cut this to 25 minutes. So maybe that rant wasn't good. I just do it naturally. Again, I don't script anything. I just come to you live. I love you. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope we do some damage when all the dust settles. Head on over to wagertalk.com. Like I said, I released 10 plus premium plays today. WNBA is coming, and obviously throughout the day, like I do, anything I could confirm, I share as well. Already gave out that college football future, and I'll be back tomorrow, baby, Wednesday. Have a good one.